What is up, my bodyweight warriors, and welcome back to another video. Today I've got a pretty busy day. I've got to go now and have a meeting with a local company to do my final year project at university, so I'm going to go do that and I'll properly catch up with you when I've got something more interesting to share. Right, warriors, just finished up with that meeting. It is now 11:30. All I've had is some coffee today, so I think it's time to go grab some food from the shop and make something delicious. So it's now like 1 o'clock, finally got the first meal of the day. I actually did have some dark chocolate and nuts and stuff just to keep me going when I was out getting some food. Today's lunch is just leftovers from a meal we made the other night, salsa, guacamole, chili, and then just some vegetables. So there's a little bit of carbs in there, but overall quite a lot of calories, but that is because I didn't have breakfast, so I'm kind of combining breakfast and lunch into one meal. This is the end, the final episode of this bodyweight cutting series, episode 11 of season 1. You never know, there might be more seasons in the future. I just want to take a couple of minutes to explain to you where I'm at of my training, where I'm at of my injury, why I'm stopping, what's going to be happening. Actually, let me put you down. So the reason this series is ending is because of these freaking elbows. As I mentioned in the previous video, I started developing some golfer's elbow, tried to train through it for a couple of weeks, realized that it's just getting worse and I need to take a step back, reassess and readjust my goals and recover and come back stronger. It basically meant that I was probably going to stop cutting, move towards some different things and adjust my focus. But I just want to take a couple of minutes to look back on this series because although it's been stopped short, it actually has been pretty successful. I started out at 90 kilos. I wanted to cut down to 87 kilos. I wanted to achieve a 2-second or 3-second pike straddle hold in the planche. I wanted to re-achieve the handstand push-up. I wanted to re-achieve the one-arm chin-up, and I wanted to improve my one-arm handstand. And actually, despite the fact that I finished this series injured, if we look back last week, I got probably my best ever straddle planche hold, and it was like a pretty solid 2-second pike straddle hold, like very close to what my goal was. I re-achieved the handstand push-up, relatively consistency, although I forgot to film it because I'm an idiot. And then the one-arm chin-up is really where I've fallen down because it's what's caused this injury. I had some heavy one-arm chin-up training, then I went climbing, then more heavy one-arm chin-up training, like 3 days in a row, and that just inflamed the crap out of my elbow. Since then, it hasn't been the same. Finally, the one-arm handstand actually started off struggling to shift weight from side to side, and then in the last couple of weeks, I've been getting the odd 2-second hold and feeling a lot more comfortable. So, as I said, this has actually been a really successful series, really successful cut. I've kind of achieved most of the things that I set out to achieve. Now I've realized, as I said, I need to refocus what I'm doing. The past few days, I've tried to continue training, but not aggravating my elbow, which is fine. My elbow feels okay. However, I've noticed that my heart rate variability, which is something I measure every day, is a measure of basically your nervous system recovery. It keeps going down and down and down. And I'm thinking that my body is trying to recover from an injury, and then me adding all this additional stress from training, you've only got so much recovery capacity, and I think I'm stretching mine a little bit too far. So I've decided to take the next week or so off training. I'm still going to be moving every day. I'm still going to be keeping active, but it's mainly going to be mobility, soft tissue work, and rehab work. In fact, I'm going to make an entire video next week explaining my approach and what I'm going to be doing to fix my golfer's elbow. But that's kind of it. I mean, stay tuned. As I said, next week we're going to be talking about golfer's elbow. There's going to be some tutorials as well coming back in the next couple of weeks that I filmed, so I'm excited to share that with you. And then university will be finished and there will be a lot more content on this channel. I'm sharing so much with you guys, so stay tuned. There's going to be good stuff coming this summer. However, let's talk about today because that is what I'm supposed to be vlogging. Today was supposed to be the 10,000 subscriber challenge. You guys left comments and there was going to be a challenge. However, as I've mentioned, it's just gonna screw my elbows up even more if I do something like that. So what I will do is I will put in the description and on the screen in a second what the challenge is based on your comments from the previous video. If you want to give it a go, let me know. I'd love to see how you get on. It's just a shame that I can't personally give it a go with you. I will still be training today though. I'm gonna go to the gym in a bit, do some rehab work, and I will share all that with you, and then still lots of good food to come. So enough rambling from me, let's go get on with the rest of the day. So it's now almost 5 o'clock, and I thought I would show you, as I mentioned, what I'm making for dinner, which is poached sort of Thai chicken. It's a really, really simple recipe. You literally get a load of herbs and spices, put them in water, put the chicken in, and simmer it for a couple of hours. So I'll show you what those are. Chili, you can use as much as you like. I'm only using one. A couple of sticks of lemongrass, kaffir lime leaves, ginger, garlic, just grab a handful, I've got 5. A couple of spring onions, some black peppercorns, a little bit of cumin, and then soy sauce, and a chicken, which I've got like a local free-range chicken. And that is it. Oh, and 2.5 litres of water. All you're gonna do is bring your water to a boil, chop up all your fresh ingredients, chuck them in the water, chuck the chicken in, and as I said, simmer it for 2 hours. You get this incredible rich, thick stock, and then some really succulent, falling off the bone chicken that you can just serve up as like a ramen kind of soup sort of thing. Let's make it. And it really is that simple. Just throw it in, leave it. As I said, 2 hours, probably will be cooked in an hour and a half, depending on how big your chicken is, but I prefer it so it's like falling off the bone. Right, we have 2 hours, let's go train. So I'm going to keep this one short, just to kind of give you a little overview of how my training sessions are currently looking. I'm starting off with a lot more soft tissue work. I've actually been neglecting this quite a lot lately, purely for a time factor because I'm keeping busy with uni work. So I've been doing quite a lot of soft tissue work, especially around my thoracic and lats. And then I move into some band assisted stuff. So this is a shoulder capsule mobilization from Kelly Starrett's Becoming a Supple Leopard book. And then I moved on to more band work, which I do my usual warm-up scapular mobilization routine from Ido Portal. I'll link to all of this stuff, by the way, in the description down below. Then I move on to another band exercise, which is from Yuri Marmerstein, and I also have it in my daily full body mobility routine, and this is like kind of working internal external rotation of the shoulders. Really great mobilization with a band. Then onto some more focused band work, again from Kelly Starrett's book, trying to distract the shoulder and really work on my overhead mobility, trying to open up the shoulders, stretch out the lats, stretch out the chest. Then I move on to my full body mobility routine before moving into some loaded, more intense stretches to do with specific lower body mobility goals, which include the splits. And for the splits, I'm not so bad considering I don't train my splits. I'm not so bad on my right leg. However, the left leg is significantly worse. So hopefully by the end of my recovery from my injury, I'm looking to have basically full splits in all directions. So both legs for the front split. And then as you'll see, the middle split now is going to be probably not where it should be, but this is like following only the full mobility routine as a warm-up. Usually I'd do a little bit extra work to warm up into it. But that is essentially what I'm doing in terms of mobility wise. Very focused again on that lower mobility. Just because you're injured doesn't mean you can't be working towards your goals in some way. That's kind of it for this training session. Back to the vlog. No time for the sauna, but we get to go eat some nice food. So there was dinner. That's my poached Thai chicken. Really amazing recipe and super tasty. Plus, like, you can do maybe 6 portions and it takes about half an hour to cook, or half an hour of your time to cook, and just awesome prep food. I'm also having this like raw chocolate thing, which is basically just a bunch of fat. It's like coconut oil. It's freaking delicious. I'll have a look at the macros now. Macros for that last meal, including this, will be on screen, and then we'll figure out if there's anything left to eat, because today's been a bit of a weird eating day. So I've done a little bit of maths, and this is what I've come up with. If we take them separately, they're both freaking delicious. We've got halloumi fried in a bit of smoked paprika, and then banana and almond butter. That kind of brings it up for the day, although we're still a little bit short of where we need to be, but again, doesn't matter. It's here or there. I'll probably have eaten more over this Easter weekend, which made up for it. But as I mentioned earlier, guys, that is it for the vlog for the next month. But don't worry, they will be back soon, but in between there will be some tutorials and other videos that I'm sure you're going to enjoy, so stay tuned to the channel. We'll be back, and better than ever as of end of May. So thank you guys for following along with this journey, this bodyweight cutting. It's been a really enjoyable series to make. The conversation and the comments that have been down below have just been really interesting. I've had lots of good conversations, got to know what everyone's up to and answered some questions. But as always, if you do have any more questions, leave them in the comments section down below, or you can jump on over to the Facebook group and join that. There's a load of people on there discussing some awesome stuff. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed this series, hit that thumbs up button, maybe share it with a friend. I would really appreciate that. But that is it for this week, guys. Have a strong week, and peace.